But first, we welcome in our first guest of the day in Studio B, Thomas Shoaf, a freshman All-American for BYU football.
What's up?
On the offensive line.
Thank you.
Thomas, I know the answer to this question, but I want you to tell everybody else. How did you find out that you were indeed a freshman All-American?
So I was walking to class. What was that? Wednesday?
Yeah, something like
Something like that. Just walking up to class past the iron building, I think, and phone goes off in my pocket, and it's a retweet at me, and it's just a picture of a paper, word of mouth from like 4 different people, and that's how I found out.
There you go, man.
That's awesome. And so you're a freshman All-American. What was your reaction when you heard that news?
I was shocked, honestly, and I never saw it coming, never expected it. I mean, obviously, I was able to participate and to be able to help the team out, but I never guessed that I'd be named to the team.
What does it mean to you?
It's a great question. I'd say probably it's just like a motivation to move forward and to continue to get better. You did well this past year. Now let's see what we can do moving forward.
Have you updated your business card yet to say freshman All-American?
I have not.
Your LinkedIn.
Yeah. At that point, do you walk into class like with a little bit of extra swagger, like holding your phone up like, yeah.
Like, hey, freshman All-American. Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
I don't have to because, every time I walk in the training room, somebody says it. Or, the weight room, somebody says it.
People will do it for you.
Yeah,
like we are doing it for you.
I get plenty of crap for it.
Okay. Why did you pick BYU coming out of Indiana when you had some notable Big Ten programs interested in you?
Right. Biggest thing was I was going into my senior year and I didn't want to wait for other offers. I wanted to be committed to my senior year, my team. And so I decided to pick from what I had, and I narrowed it down to BYU and Iowa. Iowa's a great program, and I really considered them. They've got a great civil engineering department as well, but that was the thing I was looking for was civil engineering. And it turned out, Iowa City's 7-hour drive from home, and Provo, Utah's 3-hour flight, and I've got some of my mom's family out here. So it was a great fit for me.
So you're a civil engineer major?
I am.
Are you an uncivil offensive lineman?
Probably.
What was your favorite game of the season to play as a lineman?
Favorite game of the season play as a lineman? I'd say 2. Michigan State up until I got rolled up. That was a little rough. And then the bowl game. Most people don't enjoy it, but I think the offensive line loves the rain. Jamal and all of us had a blast out there running the ball and, sliding in the mud and just having a great time. It's San Diego, so it wasn't cold. Got a little chilly on the sideline when the defense was out there for a little while, but overall just had a blast in it.
Jamal was like soaking wet.
Oh, yeah.
Were you guys the same? I mean, you're not on the ground, I guess, as much
right.
as him, but.
Yeah, we were all soaked through and through, and then we go into the locker room afterwards, and they're telling us to take our gear home with us. They're not going to wash it, all of our game gear. They're just telling us to take us home. I was flying to Indiana the next day, didn't really want to deal with it, so I was like, you know what? Cleats, socks, leggings. I'm just going to part ways with it now.
So where were they left?
They were left in the trash can.
You should have told us, man. We could have put it on the set or something. We would have taken it back for you.
They weren't very pretty. They were pretty muddy and quite stinky.
You don't want a clean offensive lineman jersey, right? You want like blood, guts, and dirt on there.
Guts?
There was a little blood on my jersey, actually.
Yeah, little cowboy remnants.
Okay. You talk about getting rolled up on at Michigan State.
Right.
You had to manage that injury for a good part of the back half of that season. What was that like for you as a freshman, knowing like my team really needs me up front, but I'm not 100%?
I think the biggest thing was the mindset, and the coaches were great with me, and Coach Rare, our assistant offensive line coach, really helped me out because at practice, things were stiff. I was taped tighter than I wanted to be. Then I'm spatted over that, so I have like no mobility in my ankle. But then Coach Rare kind of helped me with the mindset, thinking about almost as if your ankle's wrapped in paper, tearing that paper, loosen up that ankle, and that kind of helped. But as a day in, day out, 6 a.m. treatment, and then just trying to warm it up beforehand and then ice down afterwards. So it was an ongoing thing, and it was a great opportunity to be able to to see what I could do under pressure and to be able to work through it.
Well, apparently you still played at a high level, so.
What was the Toledo game like, by the way, where Jamal Williams runs wild with 286? There were a couple of just kind of crazy games.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure. Obviously the close ones, but I mean where Jamal went wild.
Right. Toledo game was a ton of fun. Just to be able to run down the sideline with them was a joy. You know, backside of those outside zones when we're running left, I've got the end up to the linebacker, and the end went out the wrong way, and then the linebacker was hesitating, so I just ran up and kind of got in front of the safety a little bit, got him enough that Jamal could get around the corner, and it's fun to watch him run down the sideline.
Yeah, on one of those long runs, you're the first guy to get in there and celebrate with them. I'm surprised to see number 59 in there.
You had a 4.640 on that play. Jeez.
Yeah, that's impressive, Thomas.
Well, thank you.
How long does it take you to hear the roar of the crowd, and is that your indicator of, oh, this is a good run? Because you're kind of doing your thing, and then you're like, wait, where'd Jamal go?
Not so much on the runs. Usually we can see the runs develop. On the pass plays, we have no idea what's going on. Because I'm usually pointed to the sideline or behind Taysom or Tanner, I'm usually pointed the wrong direction. Hear the crowd go nuts is usually a good indicator that it worked out well. Here and there, those outside runs, you'll hear the crowd get into it, but usually I see Jamal about the same time the crowd does.
With Thomas Shoaf, freshman All-American for BYU football in Studio B, what was it like being recruited primarily by one staff and then beginning your career with a brand new staff?
I've actually been through 3 staffs.
3?
Yeah, so I was originally recruited by Coach Weber and Coach Reynolds. And then about a month or 2 before I signed, Coach Mendenhall changed out the offensive staff. So then I came in with Coach Touche and then came back for my mission with Coach Empey. So it's been a bit of a revolving door when it comes to the coaching staff, but hasn't affected me at all, I would say. I've loved every coach that I've had, and I love the program more than that. So I'm glad to have the staff we have now.
Kalani Sitake loves a few things, recruiting, food, and it seems like he loves lifting, that the team lift. He wants you guys to lift and lift a lot. It seems like you lifted more this year than last year. What did you guys?
I wasn't here last year personally, but
yeah, that was a bad question.
I think we did lift quite a bit, and we've put a great emphasis on lower body and squatting. Kind of our big motivation was that we squatted more than anybody in the country. Whether it be front squat, back squat, or what's it called? Safety bar squat.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guys.
Yeah,
we're
right.
not going to help you out on
the safety
Oh,
bar.
the safety bar. Yeah,
Of course.
Newton
upper dorsimus.
loves to keep us in the rack, and I think it gave us a competitive advantage. And as the season went on, we kind of backed off on the heavy lifting, worked more on joint stabilization and things like that. And it's been great. News has a great staff, and he's kept us healthy, and I think we can attribute a lot of our success to that.
See, that was me rolling to the right, the pressure coming into my face, and then Tom's just coming up and making a nice pancake block while I scrambled out of bounds for a 3-yard gain. That's what that was verbally. Well done. There's a reason he's a freshman
made it.
All-American. Plus, we got 3 yards at least.
As you mentioned, you weren't here last year. You were serving a mission in Honolulu.
Yeah,
What was that like?
What was that vacation like?
it was great.
Your mission trip to Honolulu.
You know what? Somebody's got to do it. But it's not all fun and games. Our mission rules was the mission ends where the sand begins, so I never touched the beach or anything like that. But I had some great areas, beautiful areas up in Laie for 6 months. Drove up and down the coastline the entire day. But it was actually fun. When I was up in Laie, I served in the Samoan and the Tongan wards. So I was actually with Tavita Ofanawi's family and Reno Mahe's parents. So I actually lived across the driveway from T.O. and, knew Reno's parents very well. So that was fun to be able to come in and see them and reacquaint them. And it's fun to see all the connections.
That's awesome.
Tuni was actually in the airport the day I flew home. They were flying back from Christmas break. And so I was flying home for my mission. He was headed back here.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
So you can pronounce all of your teammates' names then? Is that the case?
For the most part.
Who's the hardest name to pronounce on the team, in your opinion?
I don't know. Well, most of them don't use their full names.
Thank goodness, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
I'm going to look up one while you're...
Even Kalani's full name is quite the
Yeah,
adventure.
It can be a challenge.
I don't know Kalani's full name.
Signing day coming up in 15 days, and you talked about wanting to get things organized and taken care of so you could just focus on your senior season and get your ducks in a row and go that way. What is the signing day period like for high school athletes? And for you specifically, how was it?
Wow, it's been a while now. I think it was a relief for me personally. I didn't realize until I got into it, but recruiting's time consuming, being on the other end of it, coaches coming in all the time and letters and this and that. And once you get through signing day, it's all behind you. Now you're just looking forward to, preparing to go there, and it kind of all sets in for real. And I enjoyed signing day and to be able to put it behind me and to be able to move forward.
Jamal Williams is gaining a lot of steam in NFL draft boards. How much of that does he deserve versus the offensive line?
I think Jamal gives a lot of credit to us, but most of it's his. He's an outstanding back, and he made us look good a lot of the time.
And he brought you up. He got the offensive MVP, and he brought the whole O-line up on the stage at the bowl game. What was that like?
It was fun. It was fun to be up there to celebrate with him and, to see what he's accomplished this season. He's battled back from some ankle issues and things like that, and he did a heck of a job.
I'm just glad the stage didn't collapse.
Yeah, that was a lot of weight.
It appears Jerem found a very difficult name.
Number 76. Can you say this guy's name?
Kamalani Kaluhi Okalani.
Oh, that's good. Wow. That's
I probably didn't do it very well, but
No.
Kamalani will probably correct me.
That's pretty good, man. There used to be Walter Kahali'i.
To do it like that, like cold, like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Thomas, read this name right now. Go, don't mess it up.
Not bad for a dude from Indiana, right? Service
Very
Mission
good.
Honolulu.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Hey, Thomas, great stuff, man. Thanks for coming into the studio.
No problem.
We'd like you to sign our BYU Sports Nation
can do
stretch white
that.
flag, if you don't mind.
Very nice. You
Thomas
can put
Shoaf.
Freshman All-American on there if you want.
Yeah, he can do that. Raise it up.
I'll just
Let
block.
people know.